Hi, welcome to Intervals. Today we'll be talking about recurring tasks. Different software handles recurrence differently, so we wanted to create this video to walk you through how recurring tasks work in Intervals. In the simplest form, recurring tasks are an automated workflow for managing repetitive tasks. And we'll be touching on these topics, but feel free to jump around to the different chapter markers based on what you're interested in learning and what you may already know. So let's get started with how to create a recurring task. When creating a recurring task, you can choose to click on either Create Recurring Task or Create a New Task. If you're used to the workflow of creating a new task, that's fine. You can keep doing that, and when you scroll down, you'll just want to make sure you select the Recurrence checkbox. So you'll fill out the task information as you normally would. In this example, I'll set this up as a monthly recurring task, one of our more common use cases. So I'll set the start date to be the first of the month, ending on the last day of the month. When setting up the recurring schedule, I'll select the first of the month since that's when I'd like it created. Intervals will then see that the due date I set for the task was the end of the month and select the last day of the month for that respective month as the due date for all future tasks. You can then choose when you'd like the recurring task creation to end or never end, and you have the option to have the documents that are attached to this task be included in the new tasks that are created going forward. And just a quick note that future tasks created will be created just after midnight on the day specified. Once the recurring schedule is created, you can see all the information associated with it under the Recurrence tab below the summary. You can preview what the next task will look like, including start, due dates, the summary, how many documents will be attached, if any. It really allows you to make sure it's set up the way you expected. You can see all the tasks that will be included in what we call the series. As of now, we only have one task, the task profile that we just created. I'll be getting into that a little more in the Managing Tasks in a Series section. Come back here anytime to make any necessary edits to the recurrence as well. The first task that is created when we first set up a recurrence is what we call the task profile. These tasks are indicated by the blue repeat icon. Also, when you're viewing the task profile, you'll see this note to remind you any changes here will affect tasks created in the future. You can work through this task just like any other and close it out. When the next task in the series is created, it will look mostly the same. The fields and summary will be the same. The task history and time entries will not be repeated, and the status will be set to your account's default task status. For example, open is the default for this account, so all tasks will be created with a status of open. The most recently created task in a recurring series will typically be the main focus of your team's work efforts. At some point, however, there will be a need to update an earlier task in the series. This is even more likely to happen if there are two or more tasks in the series that are still in progress. Let's get into how this works. To manage any task in the series, as I mentioned earlier, you can click on View Series under the Recurrence tab of any of the tasks in the series. As always in Intervals, we try to provide multiple ways to do things, so you can also click on Recurring Tasks from the subnav. Only recurring tasks will be listed in the search results. You can then refine your search if needed, and when you find any of the tasks in the series, you can right-click on the task and click View Series. From the View Series dialog, click on the desired task you'd like to edit. For example, you can find the task profile to make changes you want to affect the future recurring tasks being created. And in case you missed it, since the task profile was closed, I needed to select Include Closed Tasks in order to find it. A couple of clarifying points as we close out this section. Updates to tasks that are not the task profile, which are indicated by the light gray repeat icon, will only apply to that task. Updates to the task profile, indicated by the blue repeat icon, will apply to all newly created tasks. You may get to the point where you've worked through a particular recurring task several times, and now you want to iterate on it and have all the tasks created in the future be different than what you've originally started with. In that case, there are two ways you can affect the newly created tasks. One, you can update the task profile, or you can make another task the new task profile. Simply do that by going to the task and then clicking on the Make This Task the Recurring Profile link. Next, we're going to provide a few more tidbits we think might be helpful to you when working with recurring tasks. There will be instances where a task will fail to be created. When that happens, the recurrence will be halted and the task owner is notified via email. To resume the recurrence, the task will need to be updated to resolve the issue that caused the recurrence to stop. As I mentioned earlier, the owner will receive an email notification that the task has been halted. We'll also indicate on the Recurrence tab that there is an error, along with details as to why the error occurred. Once the error has been fixed, simply click the Resume Recurrence button. We've listed some of the main reasons a recurrence can be halted. We just wanted to give you a high-level idea of the main reasons. Pause the video if you need more time to review the list. You may be thinking, I currently have tasks that would be perfect recurring tasks. I wonder if I can convert those into recurring tasks. Yep, you sure can. Navigate to the Recurrence tab below the summary of the task and click on Add Recurrence. We hope this video was helpful. If you do have any questions, please email us at support@myintervals.com. Hope you have a great day.